Good morning dear students. Welcome to online video classes of history and civics. And today we will start the next part and the last part of the chapter, Jainism and Buddhism. So dear students, today we will cover these topics in our video class. Organization, sects of Buddhism, impact of Buddhism, decline of Buddhism, and similarities between Jainism and Buddhism, dissimilarities between Jainism and Buddhism. Let's start with organization. Organization means Sangha, the Sangha. The Sangha, the organization for teaching of Buddhism, came to known as the Sangha. We can define Sangha as also. Sangha is a Sanskrit word used in many Indian languages, including Pali. Sangha means association, assembly, company or community. It was historically used in political context to denote a governing assembly in a republic or a kingdom. It is used in modern times by groups such as the political party and social movements such as Rashtriya Seva Sangh. It has also been commonly used as religious association, including by Jain and Sikh. In Buddhism, Sangha refers to the monastic community of bhikshus, monks and bhikshunis, nuns. These communities are traditionally referred to as the Bhikshu Sangha or Bhikshuni Sangha. As a separate category, those who have attended any of the 4 stages of enlightenment, whether or not they are members of the monastic community, are referred to the Ashrangya, noble, Arya Sangha noble. It means a noble Sangha. According to the Triveda school, the term of Sangha does not refer to the community of Savakas, a lay follower, nor the community of Buddhists as a whole. Now membership of Sangha. The members of the monastic order were called bhikshus, monks and bhikshunis. They were the members of the Sangha. Now second point, 10 commandments. The members had to lead a disciplined life and they have to follow 10 commandments. First is to speak the truth. Means they have to speak always truth. To abide by brahmacharya. Third one is not to harm creatures. Means ahimsa, not to own property. Fifth, shun music and dancing. Sixth, take meals only at fixed time. Means they can't take meals beyond their timings. It should be take only on at the fixed time. Not to use intoxicants, means alcoholic drinks and other drinks. Not to use sit-in-seated goods. Not to sleep on cushions, means they can't sleep on the comfortable beds and cushions. They can't keep money with themselves. These are the 10 commandments of the Sangha. Now last point of the Sangha or organization is Viharas. Viharas. The bhikshus and bhikshunis were required to roam about the different parts of the country for the 8 months of the year, and they had to sleep in viharas, which had separate sections for man and women. The members led a life of chastity, austerity, devotion and purity. It means a total life of saint. Now, sects of Buddhism. During the reign of Kanishka, Buddhism is split into 2 sects, Hinayana and Mahayana. Hinayana, it denied the existence of God. Hinayana holds that the Eightfold Path is the only means of salvation, and for them, Buddha, it does not believe that the Buddha was God. Mahayana. Mahayana, the term Mahayana means greater vehicle of salvation. Mahayana believes that Buddha was an incarnation of God. So these are two sects of Buddhism. One is Hinayana and second is Mahayana. Impact of Buddhism. Buddhism had made a long-lasting contribution to Indian culture. It is in this aspects. They are follows. First is Ahimsa. The doctrine of Ahimsa became a weapon against the ill of the society, such as animal killing, harm to people, violence, and other things. Animal protection became a new culture. Mahatma Gandhi had also used Ahimsa in the form of non-violence. Now, next point is influence on religious life. Buddhism had provided a challenge to Hinduism, and its costly rituals, yajanas and sacrifices, rigidity, caste system, these all were done away with the influence of Buddhism on religious life. Now, third point is influence on social life, such as it had affected the social life of the people of that time also. The weaker section of the society was struggling a lot. They were subjected to exploitation. After the influence of Buddhism, they have also got opportunity to have their say in matters of political and social life. Now, fourth point is impact of Buddhism on political impact or political life. Republic of Shakya, Vaj, Mallas embraced Buddhism. Ashoka and Kanishka made Buddhism their state religion. You know about Ashoka also, that after the war of Kalinga, he changed himself and he accepted Buddhism, and he had decided to not to do any fight in the future because his heart was melted by the scene of the field of Kalinga war, where the field was totally full of bloods and the dead bodies of soldiers. Now, cultural impact. It is the fifth point. Cultural impact had far-reaching impression on the prestige of India. Buddhism acted a vital role or vital force between the different cultures and India, because there emerged close cultural contact between these countries and India. Now, sixth point is language and literature. You know very well about this, that a vast and varied nature of literature was produced in the language of the masses, that was Pali. The Tripitakas and Jatakas are the most important literary work of Buddhists. Seventh and the last point of this impact of Buddhism is art and architecture. Buddhism made immense contribution to the evaluation of art and architecture. Stupa, viharas, rock cave and other temples were their unique contribution towards the art and architecture. Now we will study about decline of Buddhism. There are 6 reasons mainly. First is split in Buddhism. The division of Buddhism into Hinayana and Mahayana sects brought about many changes in Buddhism. Its popularity and prestige suffered a lot. differences had begun to surface right from the Second Buddhist Council. And in that condition, there were 16 other sects and each had its own followers also. Now, second point is language. Pali and Prakrit, the spoken language of the most people of India, was the medium of the spread of the message of Buddhism. But Sanskrit replaced these at the Fourth Buddhist Council during the Karikshka reign. Sanskrit was complex language, hardly understood by commonly people. It was the unintelligible Sanskrit language that it had accounted for the decline of Hinduism earlier. Now, when Buddhism had adopted that language, few people were able to understand it and people rejected what they could not understand. The third point is corruption in Sangha. In course of the time, the Buddhist Sangha became corrupt. The monks and the followers came to be drawn towards luxury and enjoyment. Receiving and saving valuable gifts like gold and silver made them greedy, materialistic. They came to lead a life of indiscipline. Their example had prohibited lifestyle could not but bring popular hatred. No more the people were inclined towards the Buddhism. Next point is reform in Hinduism. Reform in Hinduism. Buddhism had dealt a heavy blow to Brahmanical faith and threatened with extinction of Hinduism started to reform. In that condition, just because of these reforms, people had started again their interest towards Buddhism. Now next is invasion, or you can say Muslim invasions. The Muslim invasions of India almost wiped out Buddhism. Their invasions of India became regular and repeated from 712 AD onwards. Such invasions forced the Buddhist monks to seek asylum and shelter in Nepal and Tibet. In the end, Buddhism died away in India and in the land of its birth. The last point is and of royal patronage. In course of the time, Buddhism came to lose royal patronage. No king worthy of note came forward to sponsor Buddhism after Ashoka, Kanishka and Harshvardhan. Royal patronage works magically for the spread of any faith. Absence of any such patronage for Buddhism came to pave the way of decline in the end. Now we will study about similarities and dissimilarities between Jainism and Buddhism. Firstly, similarities. Founders' background. The founders of both religions, means Jainism and Buddhism, had similar background. They belong to Kshatriya clan. Point 2, attainment of salvation. Their way of attainment of moksha means the cycle of birth and death was the same. Both of the religions did not accept Vedas. Both of the religions believed in non-violence. And the last, chastity. Unlike Brahmins of Hinduism, monks and nuns of Buddhism and Jainism had to renounce family life and the world, means they have to leave their families and they have to live a chastity, life of chastity, means like a saint. Now, dissimilarities between Jainism and Buddhism are, first is period. Period means here it was completely a new religion. Which religion? Buddhism was a completely a new religion in 6th century BCE, wherever Jainism had been founded long before Mahavira, and he was the last Tirthankara of Jainism. Somewhere Buddhism had a middle path to follow the religion, wherever Jainism had a very hard penance or hard way of life to follow. Third point is existence of God. In Buddhism, it is silent about the existence of God. Means Buddhism have no thought about the existence of God. Wherever Jainism denies the existence of God. In that condition, we can say Buddhism had a silence about the existence of God, and Jainism was totally denying the existence of God. Now, fourth point and the last point of the dissimilarities between Jainism and Buddhism is that Buddhism was far and wide spread and led to the cultural evolution in India, wherever Jainism was not spread beyond the Indian shores. It did not spread beyond the Indian shores. So these are the similarities and dissimilarities between Jainism and Buddhism. Today we have covered these topics in our video class: organization, Sangha, sects of Buddhism, Hinayana, Mahayana, impact of Buddhism. There were 7 impacts which we have studied today. Decline of Buddhism, reason for the decline of Buddhism, similarities and dissimilarities between Jainism and Buddhism. In our next video class, we will start a new chapter. Till then, have a nice day and thank you.